Hey there everyone, welcome back to AFC Game by Game. This is my review of Arsenal's victory. A victory, for once, at the Riverside against Middlesbrough this evening. The final score being 2-1 to Arsenal. Not the best of games, it has to be said. It was a rather, at times, dull, rather boring fixture. But Arsenal have come away with 3 points, which is all that matters in our pursuit of a top 4 finish this season, which is, may I add, going to be extremely difficult given the results that have happened at the weekend. Manchester United putting 2 goals past Chelsea at Old Trafford, which puts them right back in the hunt for a top 4 finish. Liverpool getting a win at the Hawthorns against West Bromwich Albion. City winning 3-0 at Southampton. Tottenham continuing this amazing run of form that they've been on at White Hart Lane, and I dread to think what's going to happen when we go there on April 30th. It's not looking good in terms of us getting a top 4 finish. In fact, I would say it's 80% likely that we're going to finish outside the top 4 this season. And that's not me being a pessimist. I think that's me being very much a realist. I really do struggle to see us getting maximum points that I think we need to do. I think we need to win all of our remaining games this season if we are to stand any chance of getting a top 4 finish this season. I know we've got games in hand, but for me, it's just imperative that we get maximum points. Liverpool are playing well, and for me, the Tottenham are playing well. I mean, those teams ahead of us are all playing so well, and the top 4, in my eyes, is kind of nailed on to be Liverpool, Man City, Tottenham and Chelsea. That's just the way I perceive it, but it could change, as we know it can do in these last couple of weeks going into the remainder of the season. But, as I say, vital we win all of our remaining games, and we've done that tonight by we've started off what could potentially be a somewhat positive end to the season by getting a win against Middlesbrough this evening. Now, it was always going to be pressurised going into this game, given what's happened at the weekend. As I say, all the teams around us winning, putting pressure on us to get that 3 points away from home. And having lost 4 games on the trot away from the Emirates, it was always going to be very difficult for us to build up some confidence going into this match to pick up 3 points. And Borough, to their credit, actually put in a very decent performance, given that they've been playing some shambolic football as well in recent weeks. They've been really struggling to get some points on the board. But if they were ever going to put in a good performance, it would, of course, be against out-of-form Arsenal. And for times in this game, we did struggle. We didn't look particularly impressive. There were hints of us continuing that barren spell we've had in recent weeks, and we did look kind of similar to the team that played against Crystal Palace only the other week. There were times when I wasn't filled with confidence by this Arsenal side, but we've scored 2 brilliant goals on the night, and in the end, it's that bit of class that's got us over the line tonight. Fantastic goals coming from our 2 superstars, Alexis Sanchez and Mesut Ozil. How ironic will it be if those 2 are to leave in the summer, considering they've got the goals this evening? The goal from Alexis Sanchez, absolutely beautiful. The free kick. So many men in the Middlesbrough wall, first and foremost. I don't think they needed that many men. It just completely blocked the view of Brad Guzan, which definitely worked to our favour. Alexis with a wonderfully worked free kick past Guzan to make it 1-0 to the Arsenal. Didn't hold on to the lead for too long. Alvaro Negredo getting in between Gabriel and Koscielny. And scoring what was a very typical Alvaro Negredo goal. But awful defending from us once again. We've seen that far too many times from Arsenal. It's very, very easy to score against us. Stuart Downing turning into prime Iron Robin, taking it past Nacho Monreal, putting in a wonderfully whipped ball onto the head of Negredo, makes it 1-1. But going out into that second half, we actually responded really well to the goal that we conceded, and Mesut Ozil with a wonderfully worked goal. Alexis Sanchez playing in the ball to Aaron Ramsey, who nods it down. Great awareness there from Ramsey, and Mesut Ozil on his weak foot makes it 2-1 to Arsenal, and thankfully that was enough to see us over the line in this game. But the goals aside, there is a lot to talk about, because for the first time in my lifetime, we've played 3 at the back. That mental, absolutely mental. It really is telling that things are just going drastically wrong at Arsenal when we're playing 3 at the back. The first time Arsene Wenger's done that since 1997. To put that in perspective, I was 1 year old. So mental, absolutely crazy. And the 3 players at the back in question, Gabriel, Koscielny and Rob Holding. Rob Holding finally getting a start in an Arsenal shirt, finally, and he was sublime tonight for me. He's got to be playing more, and one of the things that I think we've done really poorly this season, just above everything else, is not playing Rob Holding enough. We've done so many things wrong this season, but Rob Holding, 21 years of age, he's calm, composed, authoritative for someone so young. He should be playing more often. He's certainly a lot more calm than the options we've got in Gabriel and Mustafi, and I think he's worked really well alongside Koscielny in the few games that he's played alongside him. For me, some of our best performances have come with Rob Holding this season. I know that's not saying a lot, considering that we've pretty much conceded a goal in every single game we've played this season, but a very good talent that we've got there, and I do hope that next season and towards the back end of this season we see a bit more from him. Will we persist with this 3-4-2-1 sort of formation we lined up with tonight? I'm not too sure. It's really hard to say whether it worked or not. We won the game, so arguably it worked, but it's really hard to tell from just that one performance whether it worked to our favour. I mean, there was still so much overhang from the recent results we've had that it's really hard to judge off of this performance. The midfield I thought was a lot more seductive. Just as that's an awful way to sum it up. But Ramsey, Xhaka, Mesut Ozil, they worked really well together. Ozil had a really good game for me. Ramsey looked really good alongside Xhaka. Xhaka looked a lot more confident in his own ability. Alexis playing off Olivier Giroud, I thought he was okay. Apart from the goal, I don't actually think he was that amazing, to be honest. Olivier Giroud, I thought he struggled up top. Could have done with a bit more pace in there. Walcott, I think, would have been decent to start in this game. I'm not too sure why he was dropped. Been an excellent goal scorer for us off the right-hand side this season, so I was surprised to see him absent from the Arsenal starting 11. Oxlade-Chamberlain, that right wing-back role, I thought he played well. Monreal, left wing-back, I don't think he was particularly convincing. He got undone for the goal that Borough scored. I'd rather have had Gibbs in there, but then again, saying that Gibbs barely played this season, so we definitely do have a problem in that left back area. And hopefully this Kolanasic guy from Schalke, I've definitely said his name wrong there, but he looks like he could be promising. I'm not going to talk about him too much because I don't know a lot about him, but we do evidently need a new left back because Monreal just is definitely getting on. I've loved him as a player for Arsenal in recent years, but this has been a very shaky season for him. Gibbs just doesn't play enough and he's not good enough to start regularly in an Arsenal shirt. So that's something that we've got to address, but a lot of learning curves coming out of this game. It was exciting to see us line up with that formation, the 3-something, whatever it was. And I hope that we see it again. I don't know if we're going to persist with it because we've got a lot of players that are tailor-made to this 4-2-3-1 or this 4-3-3. So I would be surprised if we went with this formation going into that game against City. But I think going into that semi-final next weekend, we're going to see a surprise from Arsenal. I don't know what. I don't know if we'll win the game, but I think we're going to see something a bit questionable with the formation. And hopefully Arsenal can get a win in that game, because for me, that game against City is just, that's our season now. Top 4 for me, I still think it's going to be a massive task to achieve. But anything's possible in football. All we can do is win these remaining games that we've got. So we've got that game in hand against Southampton, who didn't look particularly great against City. So maybe we can win that game. But for me, Tottenham away, we lose that, then it's over for me. So that's a massive game for us. And given the way Tottenham are playing, I'm not going into that game with a lot of confidence. But everything hangs on that in terms of getting a top 4 finish. Stoke away, that's going to be a difficult game. We've still got to play Everton, still got to play United. It's going to be very difficult to achieve a top 4 finish, in my eyes. It really is, if we're going to be realistic about this. But yeah, as I say, anything's possible. Tonight, on the night, it's good to get the win. It's good to get the 3 points. It wasn't a breathtaking performance. It really wasn't. But I'm pleased we've tried something different. I really am. It's good to see Arsene Wenger come out of his stubborn ways and try a new system. It's going to, I don't know what to say. Yeah, I'm pretty much done with this. Anyway, guys, I'm not doing previews anymore for the rest of this season, because for the Premier League anyway, I don't particularly see the point, because we all know what's got to happen going into each game. We've got to win. It's as simple as that. So for me, there's not really much point talking about it. I will still be talking about the performances after the game, as I'm doing tonight, and I will do a preview for that game against Manchester City. And depending where we are going into that game against Tottenham, I might do a preview for that game. But in terms of previews, I'm pretty much done for this season. Yeah, so please do drop a like on this video. Please do subscribe to AFC Game by Game. And as always, thank you for watching, guys.